This isn't my story, but I knew the guy. His name was Cody, and for the record, he didn't believe in ghosts or demons or curses. But after what happened to him, let's just say, there are some things Craigslist can't warn you about. Cody had just moved to Portland. He was trying to start fresh after a messy breakup and a dead-end job back in Reno. He'd found this tiny apartment above an old bakery. Creaky floors, weird smell, barely big enough for one person. But it was cheap, and he was broke. So he started furnishing the place the way any broke 24-year-old would, by scrolling through the free stuff section of Craigslist. That's where he found it. A dark gray couch, faded at the arms. One cushion kind of lopsided, but nothing gross or torn. The listing just said, "Moving out. Free couch. First come, first served. Curbside pickup. Please take today." No contact name, no phone number, just a street address. Cody borrowed a friend's truck and picked it up that same afternoon. The couch was just sitting there on the corner. No one around, no note, not even a scrap of trash nearby. It almost felt like it was waiting for him. He loaded it up, brought it home, and dropped it right in his living room. That night, while he was rearranging the cushions, his hand slipped behind the backrest. There was something wedged deep inside the lining. Flat, wooden, cold. He pulled it out. It was a small wooden box, maybe the size of a paperback book, wrapped in cracked wax paper and tied with twine. No hinges, no lock, no seams, but it was heavy, unnaturally heavy. He thought it might be some old stash box or time capsule, so he posted a photo on Reddit asking, "Found this inside a free couch. Should I open it?" Most of the comments were jokes. Definitely cursed. "Congrats, you just unlocked a side quest." But one comment stood out. It just said, "Don't open it. If it came to you for free, it wasn't meant for you." Cody laughed it off. Reddit trolls. Whatever. He tossed the box on the shelf above his TV and forgot about it. The first weird thing happened that same night. Around 2:30 in the morning, he woke up to a creaking sound, like fabric shifting, weight settling. At first, he thought it was upstairs neighbors moving furniture, but then he realized the sound was coming from his own living room, from the couch. When he peeked out of his bedroom, everything was dark. Still, nothing looked out of place. But his phone, which had been charging on the coffee table, had started recording video on its own. The file was over 2 hours long. When he played it back, the screen was mostly dark, except for faint static. Then, about 20 minutes in, a shape moved across the frame, like someone sitting down and staying there. Except, no one ever got up. Over the next few days, it got worse. His cat, Oliver, refused to go near the couch, would hiss at it, hide under the bed for hours, and Cody kept hearing noises, not just creaking, whispers, faint, too soft to understand, but always around that couch. He thought maybe he was just stressed, or maybe the building had mice or weird pipes. So he invited his friend Nate to crash one night, just to see if it was all in his head. At 3:12 a.m., Nate woke up screaming, said he felt something crawl across his chest. Cold, heavy, breathing. Cody laughed it off the next morning, tried to joke about it, but Nate didn't think it was funny. He left and didn't come back. Then the box opened. It was a Thursday. Cody was editing one of his vlog videos when he heard something fall behind him. The wooden box, still sitting untouched on the shelf, was now open. Inside was a strange doll-like figure. It looked handmade, twine, old cloth, small bones woven into the limbs, and embedded in the center of its chest was a human tooth. Yellowed, cracked. Cody didn't tell anyone. He didn't post about it. He just stared at it for a while, and then put it back in the box. He tried to go to sleep that night, but couldn't. Every time he closed his eyes, he heard scratching from inside the couch. He tried to get rid of it the next morning, dragged the whole thing out to the curb, posted a new listing. Free couch. Good condition. Come take it. He went out to grab coffee. Came back an hour later. The couch was back, in the middle of his living room. Damp footprints on the floor leading from the front door. But the door had been locked. Windows, too. He checked his phone camera footage again. At 9:47 a.m., the couch is gone. At 10:13, there's a glitch in the video. A flash of static. And suddenly, it's back in the frame. By now, he was panicking. He started digging, searched the original listing, tried contacting the person who posted it, but the listing had been deleted. Eventually, through cached pages and old threads, he found 2 other people who had commented about a similar couch. One had posted about something waking them up every night. Another had said they found a box just like his, and then stopped posting entirely. That second user's profile hadn't been active in over a year. Cody recorded a video, just one more. He said it was his last. He looked wrecked, dark circles, barely blinking, twitchy. In the video, he said, "I think I let something in. I don't know if it's the couch, or the box, or the thing inside the box. I tried burning it. Wouldn't catch. I soaked it in lighter fluid. Nothing. The flame just stopped. It's not just a couch anymore. It's everywhere. I see it behind me in mirrors, in reflections, in dreams. I don't think I'm supposed to get rid of it. I think it chose me. But maybe if I leave, it'll go with me. Or maybe it'll stay here, waiting for the next person." That was the last thing he ever posted. When his landlord finally entered the apartment after days of no contact, the place was empty. No sign of Cody, no sign of his cat, no clothes, no wallet. But the couch was right there, neatly centered in the room, as if nothing had ever happened. 2 weeks later, a new listing appeared. Different city, different account, but same photo, same caption. Moving out. Free couch. First come, first served. So yeah, if you ever see a free couch that looks too good to be true, especially one with a weird box inside, leave it. Because what came for Cody is still looking for someone new to sit down. I knew her, Riley Harper. She was smart, kind, a little introverted but sharp. One of those people who always made you think they were going somewhere big. But she never made it to where she was going. And if you ever find yourself getting a job offer that seems too perfect, too smooth, too sudden, you might want to think about what you're walking into. Because Riley walked into an interview room and was never seen again. Riley had just been laid off. She was living in Portland, studio apartment, cat named Java, coffee-fueled job hunt in full swing. Every day she woke up, filled out apps, tailored resumes, rewrote cover letters. She was putting in the work, hard. So when she got the email, it almost felt like a small win. "We found your resume through a career platform," it read. "Position, executive assistant, confidential client, Fortune 500, in-person interview required." There was no company name, just a time, a date, and an address. Now, Riley was careful, skeptical even. She looked up the building. It was a real place, a sleek 30-story high-rise downtown. Mostly law firms, finance offices, marketing agencies. Legit. She even looked up the recruiter, an account manager named Trent Allen. Clean LinkedIn profile, solid endorsements, nothing shady. So she accepted. Replied with a polite, "Looking forward to it." That's when she got the second email. This one was different. It listed some rules. Do not bring any electronics to the interview. Do not disclose the interview location to anyone. Use the service elevator at the east entrance. Do not speak to building staff. Arrive exactly at 2 p.m. No earlier, no later. Riley actually laughed when she read it. She even texted a friend. "Guess I'm going to the Men in Black's HR department." But she went. It was a Thursday. Windy, gray skies. She got to the building early, circled once, and found the east entrance. No reception, just a side hallway leading to a dingy old service elevator. It groaned when it moved. The buttons were worn down, and the 14 button was the only one that lit up. When she stepped out, the hallway was dead silent. Fluorescent lights flickered above. There were no signs, no names, just a single black door at the end. She knocked once, and the door opened. The man who greeted her looked wrong. Not scary, not aggressive, just off. His suit was old-fashioned, charcoal gray. His face didn't move much when he talked. He stepped aside and motioned for her to enter. Riley said later she felt something the moment she crossed the threshold. Like a vacuum, as if sound didn't work the same in that room. Inside there was no desk, just a wooden table, 2 chairs, and a flickering light overhead. The man gestured for her to sit. He pulled out a manila folder, but when he opened it, there was no resume inside, no paperwork, just a blank sheet of paper. And then he began asking questions. Not normal interview stuff, but things like, have you ever found yourself in a place and not remembered how you got there? Do you ever hear things others don't? Would you be willing to disappear for success? Riley tried to keep it light, joked a little. But the man never reacted, never even blinked. Then, at one point, she asked what the company's name was. The man smiled, too wide, too slow, and said, "The interview isn't over. It's only just begun." That's when she got up. She stood, grabbed her bag, and said she wasn't comfortable continuing. He didn't stop her. But the door was gone. The wall where she'd entered was now smooth, seamless. No knob, no frame. She turned, heart pounding, and saw that the man was still smiling. She ran. She ran down the hallway, turned a corner, and came right back to the same door, like the building had folded in on itself. The lights above her buzzed louder. There was a faint sound, like whispering or static. She ducked into a janitor's closet, pulled out her phone, but it was dead, even though it was at 80% when she arrived. That's when she saw it, tucked behind a shelf, another folder, just like the one the man had used. Except this one had someone else's name. Emily Carson. Interview date, March 4th, 3 months ago. Inside was a printed resume, a headshot. Riley recognized the face. It was the same girl she'd seen on a missing person poster downtown last week. She started to cry. It was real. Whatever this was, it was happening. And she wasn't the first. She stumbled back into the hallway, now dim, the lights flickering overhead like strobes. She caught a reflection in a window, except she wasn't in the hallway. Her reflection stood still, staring back at her, not moving. And then, in the reflection only, the man appeared behind her. He leaned close, whispered something into the reflection's ear. Riley couldn't hear it, but her reflection began to smile. That was the last anyone ever saw of her. The next day, her friend filed a missing person report. Police searched the building. Floor 14 was under renovation, they said. Empty. No tenants, no furniture. Service elevator security footage was unavailable. There was no trace of Riley Harper. No footage, no phone, nothing. Except one thing, the manila folder. It showed up in her apartment mailbox 2 days later. Inside was a note. Just 6 words. "We'll be in touch. HR." So if you ever get a job offer that looks a little too good, too fast, and they ask you to come alone, no phone, no questions, just you and a quiet hallway on some forgotten floor, turn around, because Riley didn't, and someone out there is still interviewing.